Okay, this is the one that was circled on many people's calendars. Ben Roethlisberger and the Steelers visiting Ray Lewis and the Ravens. The Steelers had knocked the Ravens out of the playoffs 2 out of the last 3 years, including last season. Ray Rice, first play of the game.
Come on, man. That's the way you start off a game.
36-yard run like that on the Pittsburgh Steelers. They don't give up runs. They don't give up 36 yards in a game.
First touchdown of the day for all 13 games came right here. Flacco to Anquan Bolden on Flacco's first pass, 27 yards. And just like that, Ravens on top 7-0.
Just throw the ball in the air, let Anquan Bolden, give him an opportunity.
How about Terrell Suggs? Loves to light up Ben Roethlisberger.
You're right, Fran. It seems like every time these two compete against one another, Terrell Suggs comes up big.
Lodi not had the fumble there. Suggs with 3 sacks and 2 forced fumbles. Flacco, the Dennis Pitta, 29 yards.
The run game going, all this play action really bites these linebackers for people open downfield.
First and goal now, and it's Ray Rice right up the middle. And they called it a touchdown, but every scoring play, remember, is reviewed, so his knee was considered down before the ball crossed the plane.
Good call.
And James Ferrier did a nice job tripping him up. No worries. Ray gets in anyway. The Ravens on top 14-0, and Roethlisberger can't believe what he's seeing in his career. He's 9-2 against the Ravens, including the playoffs. Rashard Mendenhall, 23 yards here. So Steelers hoping that they're starting to get things going. Second quarter, same drive. On a long drive, it is Roethlisberger to Emmanuel Sanders, and one of the young wideouts coach that they're hoping really emerges this year.
He was just a rookie last year, really came on the scene, and that's a nice scramble drill because Ben likes to extend the play. We all know that.
14-7 now. Flacco dumps it off to Ray Rice, 25 yards.
Well, this was the difference. When you let that defense of the Pittsburgh Steelers get in and you can dump that ball off to Ray Rice like that, that hurts that defense.
And prime, Rice is so dangerous in the passing game.
You can't guard him barely with a safety, but try to atone for him with a linebacker. That's a mixed match.
He had 127 receiving yards. Couple of touchdowns in the first half.
Hello, D. Hello, D.
Oh, that's player for me. That's player of the day.
Nada all over it. The huge hit recovers the fumble, and now it's Flacco. You talked about it, Coach. A lot of play action. Ed Dixon.
Look at Ed Dixon.
Great touch, too.
Over the top of Troy Polamalu. Which great touch by Joe Flacco to Ed Dixon.
The route is on, 27-7. Sam Cook. How about this?
Now we just gonna try anything now.
Running it in for the two-point conversion.
Let's just work on some
Are they
stuff.
running up the score?
Yes.
29-7.
Trying to get national.
Roethlisberger, the ball is tipped.
Sugar Ray.
Ray Lewis.
That's 3 picks.
That's why he was in my top 10 players of 2011, ladies and gentlemen.
3 picks for the U.
How about the fire right there from Mike Tomlin? Mike Tomlin on fire. Roethlisberger picked off again by Ed Reed.
Throw the ball late in the middle of the field with one of the best defensive players ever to play this wonderful game that we all love and adore, Ed Reed.
Ben Roethlisberger
Can't do it.
accounted for 5 turnovers, 3 interceptions, 2 fumbles. The Ravens forced 7 turnovers.
Don't do it.
Which
Don't do
tied
it.
a franchise
Don't do
record.
it.
He did it.
Reed had a couple of picks. How about the Ravens? Rivalry. Ravens come up big, 35-7. Albert Breer now with Joe Flacco. Baltimore, a huge victory in Week 1 over the Steelers, so they're taking on Matt Hasselbeck and the Titans. Joe Flacco and company down 3-0. They dump it off to Ray Rice. Rice, Forte, these guys in the receiving game, screen game are great.
Yeah, Ray Rice is such an all-purpose back now. He's good rushing the football out of the backfield. He can follow his blockers. Boy, does he have a nose for the end zone.
To 7-3. But Matt Hasselbeck had something today. To Jared Cook, who lays out.
Man, what a layout right there. That's over Ed Reed now. That's not just the safety. That's the best safety in the game.
33 yards, 9th play of the drive, 44 seconds left in the half. Hasselbeck to Kenny Britt.
Kenny Britt, boy, is becoming his go-to guy now. He had a big day, but that was pinpoint passing on the back shoulder.
135 yards for Britt, 10-all at the break. Third quarter, it's Hasselbeck to Nate Washington. Beat everybody.
Over the top of the safeties, What a well-thrown ball.
If there's any vulnerability with the Ravens, it's the secondary.
Okay, Chris Johnson on the sidelines here. He only rushed for 53 yards. Remember, he had 24 in the opener. How about Javon Ringer on a 4th and 1?
Yeah, as Chris Johnson gets in shape and gets healthier, Javon Ringer's got to help him carry the load.
Titans on top, 17-10, up 20-10 now, and it's Flacco. This ball's tipped by Cortland Finnegan and picked off by Jason McCourty.
Second interception on the day, and boy, the Tennessee Titans came to play and upset the bad boy Ravens.
I love Finnegan.
Titans end up winning 26-13.
You better take that water.
St. Louis, the Ravens, big loss last week at Tennessee. Steven Jackson missed week 2 of the Giants with the quadricep. He's back. Joe Flacco looking to avoid back-to-back losses for the first time since 2009. Can't throw it much better than that. Torrey Smith.
That's right. This is the guy who's got the speed that they've been talking about. His first 3 receptions.
And that's the Joe Flacco we saw in week 1 against the Steelers.
All right, here's Flacco once again off the play action. Here is Torrey Smith once again into the end zone again.
Look at the closing speed on the tail end of that.
And look at the hands.
But you're right. That's what this team has missed.
Yep.
It's missed that guy that can take the top off the defense. And he just lulled the safety to sleep and then kicked it in.
I mean, that was hideous.
All right, that's 2 touchdowns for Torrey Smith. More from him later. Same score. Ricky Williams running to the right. 28-yard gain down to the St. Louis 18.
Nice pickup in the offseason.
Nice
being
combo.
able to get him, absolutely.
Who's Flacco looking for now?
Torrey Smith.
Touchdown.
First 3 receptions, I believe, in his career happened to be touchdowns.
That has to be an NFL record, doesn't it?
I would think.
I think Mike Vrabel had more consecutive.
Ooh, there you go.
Somebody told me 10.
That's a great throw, great catch.
Well, yeah, but he's not a receiver.
Is that
He's a
scary?
linebacker. Yeah. Okay. There's a real asterisk.
Mike
by that.
Vrabel, as a linebacker, had more career touchdowns than I did.
Yeah.
Long
It's going to be
afternoon
quiet
for Sam
over here.
Bradford. Terrell Suggs, 11-yard loss. Rams will be forced to punt. Into the second quarter, same score. Sam Bradford to Denario Alexander, but picked off by Ladarius Webb. Nobody else.
You know what? We're still trying to find out who the Baltimore Ravens are. Are they the team that thumped the Steelers in week 1? Are they the team that pretty much laid an egg last week in Tennessee? Are they the team that went to St. Louis and put it on the Rams? Who are they?
St. Louis offense running much better with Pat Shurmur running the show last year.
Look at
Josh
Joe
McDaniels doing it this year. 37-7.
Defensive battle
Say that again.
between the Jets and the Ravens, but they were getting in scoring touchdowns. Ray Lewis in his 16th season. And Rex Ryan spent 10 years in Baltimore as a defensive coach. Ed Reed gets to Mark Sanchez, and Jameel McClain scoops it up for a touchdown. And the Ravens right away on top 7-0.
Time and time again, Ed Reed shows up and makes the play for that Baltimore Raven defense.
The best defensive back in the game today.
Sanchez is a hit before his arm comes forward there, so the play was called a touchdown, and it stood. So on the ensuing kickoff, it's Joe McKnight.
We only show you this for 1 or 2 reasons.
It's a boo-boo?
Big player boo-boo. Doesn't it seem like we just want to just push him down the field like,
Run,
man!
run! It's a big play, all right. 107 yards, the longest play in the history of the Jets. 7-all. But the Jets had issues with the center quarterback exchange all night long. Nick Mangold's got that high ankle sprain, so he tried to give it a go. It didn't work out. So Colin Baxter, remember, he's an undrafted rookie here, and there's an issue right there on the fumble.
That ball was there, wasn't it, Coach?
Yeah, the quarterback wasn't ready to
He was
receive
asking
it.
for it, and maybe he was late.
And
There we
now
go again.
Paul
That's on the
Kruger
quarterback.
comes up with the fumble recovery for the Ravens.
That's on Sanchez.
All right, the ball snapped. You see the guys talking about right now, but it was snapped before Sanchez was ready, so they're working on it.
Somebody else.
That's right. Matt Slauson replacing Baxter for the next series. And Sanchez loses the football.
Double J.
And Jarrett Johnson goes 26 yards for the touchdown. Great hit by
That's gotta
Haloti Ngata.
So many impact players on that defense. They always come up with the big play when they need it.
The ball basically came out before Sanchez's arm came forward. The Ravens were on top 27-7. All right, so you would think they would turn it over to the running game, but to Flacco. looking for Ray Rice. It's picked off by David Harris, exactly what the Jets needed.
Yeah, another miscellaneous touchdown return here by the defense. And this thing's going back and forth with unusual scoring plays.
27-17 at the break, third quarter now. And it's Flacco trying to get away from trouble. He saw Aaron Maven there, but Maven still got to him. Jets just re-signed Maven. Marcus Dixon with the recovery there.
Got him a sack there, fine.
And so on the very next play, it's Sanchez looking for Santonio Holmes. Darius Webb going the other way.
Man, I read this like one of those C.J. Ron books. It was so simple. You saw this last month coming.
Sanchez and Romo got a lot of coming.
Jets winning, or Jets fall.
A lot of similarities in those two.
And Rex Ryan hugging a couple of guys he spent a lot of time with, Terrell Suggs and Ray Lewis.
Glad to see him and Ray reuniting. That hadn't happened in a couple years, guys.
So the Ravens improved to 3-1 with the 34-17 victory. And Joe Flacco throwing for 163 yards. Because the story in this one, there were 5 returns for touchdowns, 2 off interceptions, 2 off fumbles, and there was also that kickoff return for a touchdown by Joe McKnight. Eric Mason taking on his former team.
Just got there.
Traded from the Jets to the Ravens this week. Joe Flacco and company coming off the bye. Flacco under duress, dropped by Tim Jamison. And Jamison recovers the fumble as well.
Got it all right there.
So the Texans still trying to make statements here. People still wondering which Texans team this is. Ben Tate coughs it up. Wade Smith is there to dive on it for the touchdown, so we're tied up at 7.
Can't give the Ravens any kind of help. Too good.
Great job by Ladarius Webb there to force the fumble, but Smith was Johnny on the spot. 13-7. Matt Schaub. Beautifully designed play, Coach.
Yeah, he throws this in there for the touchdown, Jacoby Ford, and it all comes off the run. You got Arian Foster and Ben Tate going downhill in the run game. It sets up this. This is 97 stretch on 1st and 10 on the 32-yard line, and you'll take a look. We'll spin it around here, and Owen Daniels is going to run the over route, and Jacoby Jones is going to run the post. But you see now, strong safety Bernard Pollard, instead of staying back in halves, he jumps on the over route, and that leaves Ed Reed all alone to cover the entire field on Jacoby Jones's post. Touchdown, 32 yards. Houston takes the lead, 14-13.
Nice throw by Shaw, but way across the field, Coach.
Our Ravens coming right back. And Michael, they ended up picking up Lee Evans for the deep threat, but it's been all about Torrey Smith.
Man, you gotta love the way Torrey Smith has said, "Let me play, please. I am your deep threat." One of the fastest guys in the combine.
51 yards led to a Billy Cundiff field goal. Next Ravens possession here, and it's Flacco again going deep. This time, grabbed by Anquan Bolden.
Yeah, you talk about this guy right here. He can play football all over the football field. He can take the intermediate routes, and you see right there, he got deep.
Led to another Cundiff field goal. Flacco throwing for over 300 yards.
My dude here.
Ray Rice.
When I talked to Ray Rice says, he said he was going to have this kind of year. He said he was in his best shape, and he's proven that.
And the old man, Ricky Williams. 4 yards for the touchdown. Ravens.
We had a Monday night game in Jacksonville that on paper looked exceedingly one-sided. I mean, really one-sided. You had the Ravens, maybe as balanced a team as there is in the AFC, and you had the Jaguars, who had lost 5 in a row. But this game was ugly and sloppy right from the get-go. Ray Rice hit by Anthony Smith. He fumbles. Rasheed Mathis recovers on the 34-yard line.
And this is not something we're used to seeing out of Ray Rice. Very good with ball security. Ball punched out. First turnover of the game goes Jacksonville's way.
First one for Rice in 522 touches, so the Jaguars get it. What do? They fumble. Maurice Jones-Drew hit by Ed Reed. Jameel McClain recovers. Now the Ravens will challenge the ruling on the field because he's ruled down on the field.
And it was an excellent challenge by John Harbaugh and his staff because that ball was working its way free before he got to the ground.
And the Ravens win the challenge. They get the ball, don't do anything with it, which was the theme for the first half. Here's Blaine Gabbert getting thrown down by Terrell Suggs. Warren mentioned him before the game. Jack Del Rio sent out the punt unit, then called timeout, then got a 52-yard field goal to make it 3-0. Here is your Joel Flacco because he did not do much, Warren. Jeremy Mincey hits him here, Charles.
And then look at that. He ends up catching his own pass when it's batted back in his face and trying to get away. No chance.
Paul Posluszny threw it back in his face there. That's an 8-yard loss. Ravens would punt again. Next Ravens drive. Flacco incomplete for Anquan Bolden. He was 6 of 16 for 8 yards in the first half. Ravens didn't get a first down on their first 9 possessions. Third quarter, Blaine Gabbert, once Deji Kareem, Bernard Pollard blew him up and got flagged.
Yeah, unfortunately, I mean, this is textbook how you're taught, right through the receiver, and a little bit of his helmet caught the headgear. I think that's a most unfortunate call because the intent was not to hit him in the head by any stretch.
3 plays later after the first down, Jason Hill for 8 yards. Defensive holding decline. Jaguars move the chains. Same drive, now inside the 10. Deji Kareem, Sam Bradford's high school running back, gets nothing. And then we have pushing and shoving. And we have, look at that, we have an ejection. Brendan Iambadejo.
Doesn't matter if it's an open hand or a closed fist. They determined that was a punch. Iambadejo, gone for the night.
What does the open hand say to the helmet? You're
Bye.
ejected. Yes, you're ejected. Mercedes Lewis could not hang on. So Josh Scobie, that was third down, kicks a field goal 9-0. Ravens now, their next drive. Ray Rice, 12 yards and a first down. Look at the clock, guys. That's their first down of the game. 7 plays later, Dwight Lowry gets into the backfield. 7-yard loss. Billy Cundiff misses from 52. It's still 9-0 heading into the fourth quarter. Joe Flacco in his end zone. Did he step out of the end zone? They're going to call pass interference on Dwight Lowry. But Jack Del Rio thinks Flacco stepped out of the back of the end zone. Did he go Dan Orlovsky here?
No, he did not. And frankly, on the replay, it's not very close. It appeared to on the first look. Wasn't close. They blew the challenge.
Yeah, they blew the challenge. They lose a timeout there. Ravens would punt. Jaguars ensuing drive. Jones-Drew stuffed by Ray Lewis. So Jaguars punt. Now Ravens finally get something going. Ed Dixon, the tight end, for 4. There's a first down. Now look at the clock. We're at 2:12. Oh, Torrey Smith with the catch. He held on. Now, is he out of bounds? Del Rio can't challenge, remember, because he's out of challenges. So keep that in mind. Next play, touchdown. Anquan Bolden. So 9-0 is now 9-7. Look at the clock, though. 2:02. What do you do, Charles?
With my defense and 2 timeouts, I would think about kicking it deep. I know the issue is using that 2-minute timeout. If you kick it deep, they run it out. The 2-minute timeout gets blown for you. But with that defense, I have to kick it deep and take my chances.
Harbaugh went onside. Ball didn't go 10, so Jacksonville gets the ball. MJD for 1 there on third down. Scobie gets a 51-yard field goal to make it 12-7. And then Drew Coleman ends it. Jaguars win it. What do you know? They shock the Ravens on Monday Night Football. 12-7 is the final score. Blaine Gabbert completes only 9 passes, but he is a winner.
Baltimore Ravens couldn't wait to get back on the football field after that debacle Monday night in Jacksonville when they lost 12-7. Ray Rice had just 8 carries for 28 yards. Kevin Cobb trying to snap a 5-game losing streak, and he hooks up with Larry Fitzgerald. Smart here, 66 yards.
Accurate throw, and he breaks a tackle on the bang 8. Big play by Larry Fitzgerald.
Complete receiver. Run all routes.
Didn't get into the end zone. It set up a Jay Feely field goal, and then Ravens miscues here. Flacco's going to be sacked by O'Brien Schofield, and he can't hold on to the football. Darnell Dockett there.
Fluster.
And it set up a
Frustration right there.
1-yard Beanie
Don't
Wells
do it.
touchdown.
Don't do it.
Oh, what is this? The rookie with number 21 on his chest.
Patrick
You know what
Peterson.
I know? You don't want to kick to this. Let me tell you something. We only show you this for 1 or 2 reasons. If it's a boo-boo or a big play, he broke 5 tackles, the speed, athleticism, and the vision that he portrayed on this run. Unbelievable. This guy's going to be a star in this league.
He didn't hold it up.
82
He's
yards.
still got a long way to go, man.
All right, the Ravens now. Flacco's pass. Torrey Smith should have squeezed it. Richard Marshall right there for the pick. So everything going Arizona's way.
This is when the boos start coming down.
Cardinals coming right back. Kevin Cobb. Nice back shoulder pass.
Nice
Early
Beautiful
set.
throw. Now the Cardinals look like a new team. 24-3.
24-6 at the break.
That's when the party starts.
And then Anquan Bolden said, let me get at my former team here.
And
From Flacco.
we've been on Joe Flacco, but this pass here was like an extended handoff, dropped in perfectly to Anquan Bolden.
All right, 37 yards, led to a touchdown, and now it's Flacco. Back to Bolden.
That's a
Great
great
one-handed
catch.
grab.
Great
Their
catch.
blitz now, one-on-one coverage. Keep throwing it to Anquan Bolden. That's a
that's
mismatch.
Gets both feet down, set up a 1st and 10 at the 35. 7 plays later in the drive, it is Flacco, and it ain't broke. So back to Bolden, 21 yards.
That's
Ray Rice
the way
got
to
it
go
from
at
there
your
as well.
former team.
24-20. Bolden, 145 receiving yards. Cobb hit.
You knew
Jamil
sooner-
McClain there.
You knew sooner or later that defense would make a play when it's time, and it was time, and they did.
All right, 4th quarter now. Ravens after the pick, and it is Ray Rice who gets in from the right side, a 3-yard touchdown run. Rice had 3 touchdowns on the day. 48 seconds left. Game tied up. Flacco
Here it is.
to Torrey Smith going for it here.
That young rookie shows some good speed and ability to go make a play deep.
Coach, he can get deep, Coach. We can't do anything else in this world. This kid can get deep.
Flacco, 31 of 51, 336 yards. Billy Cundiff, good.
Right down the center.
So the Ravens come back from an 18-point deficit at the half, and they win it 30-27. Take you to Heinz Field
No,
here
I should have picked Baltimore.
for the Steelers and the Ravens. James Harrison in after missing 4 games. Lamar Woodley, James Ferrier out. Ray Rice, first play from scrimmage.
That's a great block.
Rice,
First play, that's how you start a
Go on.
football game.
76 yards,
Give the ball to Ray Rice.
just like he did a couple years ago in the postseason game against the Patriots. But Torrey Smith called for holding, so they bring it back.
That's a horrible call.
Oh,
I told you that.
yeah, receivers never hold,
It
Mike.
led to a Billy Cundiff field goal. Hines Ward back after sitting out last week with an ankle injury. And Ben Roethlisberger hits Ward over the middle. But watch the hit from Ray Lewis right there.
Be careful.
He's sleeping.
He's okay.
Praying for you, man.
Yeah, he's okay.
Said
Good
it's
dude
a
there, man.
stinger.
Ward would shake it up, and then they reviewed it. They originally called it a catch, but then they took another look. John Harbaugh challenged, and they ruled it an incomplete pass. Sean squeezed him in a field goal, tied up at 3. 6-all now, and it's Joe Flacco to Ed Dixon.
Yeah.
Ryan Clark
Now,
gets
how's
him.
that a penalty?
Clark called for unnecessary
Okay,
roughness due to
his helmet is on the
helmet
side.
contact.
Now, Ray Lewis, Ray's clean, but that's dirty.
Yeah.
Man, hold on, bro.
It was some hitting going on in this game.
Billy
said it
Cundiff
right
at
the first
51
time.
yards.
Some hidden
Third quarter
games.
now.
T-sizzle.
Some hitting.
And Roethlisberger's picked off by Terrell Suggs, and the Ravens capitalize. Ravens coming right back here, and it's Flacco looking deep for Anquan Bolden at 145 yards here. I Taylor call for
It's
pass
not PI.
interference.
You know why it's not PI? Because
He's
the receiver didn't even complain.
Right there, look at that. Yeah, he did, Tom. Yes,
No,
he
I'm
did.
saying, watch right
He's
out
got
to the
his
plate.
arm.
Watch out to the plate.
Tom, that looked
If
just
the
like that.
receiver ain't stop.
Mike
Just
Tomlin,
like mine. It looked just like that San Francisco game. You know that.
Mike Tomlin couldn't
going
believe
back
it.
15
Ray
years.
Rice.
You need to let that
gets
thing
in
go,
here.
man.
Ravens on top 16-6, guys. So the Steelers are having a 4-game winning streak snap, but here comes Roethlisberger to Antonio Brown, who somehow comes up with this. It's a 21-yard reception.
Love the young receiver.
I love the way he plays the game. He's a dog. A dog.
John Harbaugh didn't challenge. 2 plays later, it's Roethlisberger to Heath Miller. Miller's got a first down, breaking some tackles in the open field.
You see these pass-catching tight ends now. There's mismatches all over the field in the passing game.
All right, 4th quarter now, same drive. Big Ben on a 3rd and 5, going to keep it himself. We've seen this many times before. They call it a touchdown, but every touchdown is reviewable. So it's ruled that Roethlisberger was down at the 1-yard line. Rashard Mendenhall took it in from there, 16-13. Ravens up by 3. Flacco now, hit by James Harrison. Harrison had 3 sacks in this ball game. William Gay with the recovery, and the Steelers are in business.
What a game Harrison had after losing time with that broken orbital bone.
I think it helped him. It gave him a lot of rest.
Roethlisberger now. on a 3rd and 5. Buy some time. This is what Big Ben does. Looking for Mike Wallace. Touchdown.
Nobody does it better. And as long as Big Ben is in the game as a receiver, the play is never over.
Steelers on top, 20-16. Flacco now. Pressured. And he just chucks the ball out of bounds.
Move out of the way.
Watch Ray Rice.
I saw
Hey.
Get out of the way.
Now, that's a business decision.
Harrison goes
That
wide
was a business
over.
decision.
Steelers now. 3:38 left. It's Roethlisberger to Jericho Cotchery. 14 yards and a first down. 3rd and 5 now. 2:37 left. And a Roethlisberger to Mewelde Moore. It's incomplete, so the Steelers are forced to punt. Up 4. 2:17 left. So can Joe Flacco, who has been often criticized for not being a quarterback who can lead the Baltimore Ravens to the Super Bowl, and more importantly, past the Pittsburgh Steelers in the AFC North. He hits Anquan Bolden, 22 yards, hits Bolden again for 10 yards on a 4th and 1.
Big plays. Come to make big players make big plays.
2nd and 8 now. Flacco looking for Torrey Smith, their new deep threat, and Smith wide open, but he can't squeeze it.
This is the second one today.
And this is a knock on Torrey Smith. He's a speedster, but he drops some balls that definitely should be caught. 3rd and 8 now. It's Flacco. He says, all right, I'm going to the sure-handed Bolden here.
Good decision.
11 yards on a first down.
He'll do it.
And the Ravens still with a timeout left. Flacco to Smith.
That was a
Launch
push
this
off.
one in for a
Make up for the
touchdown.
drop ball
No, that
right
was
there.
a push off.
Steelers are called for pass interference, but the penalty is declined. Ed Reed, Joe Flacco, and the Baltimore Ravens go into Heinz Field, and they sweep the Pittsburgh Steelers. They win it 23-20.
Cincinnati grew up today, though.
Steelers winning 24-17. All right, the Ravens coming off that big victory over the Steelers
There's a 12th man.
in Seattle. Tavares Jackson. It's a Marshawn Lynch who showed up today, guys.
Marshawn Lynch always shows up. He's a physical running back with a mental toughness that's unbelievable.
23 yards, and here's Lynch for the touchdown. He had 109 yards on the ground. He also had 5 catches for 58 yards. So John Harbaugh doesn't like what he sees here. David Reed.
Show you this for one or two reasons. He's a big player, boo-boo.
These are devastating now when you return a kickoff and fumble it and give somebody a short field.
Ben Obumano recovers and led to a Stephen Hauschka field goal. 2nd quarter now, and the Ravens say Ray Rice is going to throw it up lefty style.
I didn't know he was a lefty, but he can do it all. Ray Rice from Rutgers.
It's Ed Dixon. Ravens are down just 10-7. Everyone's kind of waiting for the Ravens to take over here. David Reed again. Couple possessions later.
We're not going to do that twice in one game.
Get your stuff out your locker.
Atari Bigby with the recovery. Harbaugh can't believe it.
Get there early tomorrow.
Meanwhile, Pete Carroll pumped up.
Didn't do that again.
Led to another Hauschka field goal. Hauschka had 5 on the day, and the Ravens teammates trying to console Reed. 19-7 here. 22-10. Flacco to Dixon.
Get back in it like that, Flacco. Show them that you can do this.
52 passing attempts, a career high for Joe Flacco, threw for 255 yards on the day. 22-17. But how about Tavares Jackson? On a 3rd and 5, 3:10 left.
Right there.
Big first
watch
down.
when you see this from another angle. Please show it. Watch it. Oh, boy. Somebody call the police.
Marshawn Lynch from Cal.
Why y'all do that? Why you gonna show that again?
Oh, shoot.
There's AJ Green.
Night, Ravens
That's my guy.
taking on the Bengals.
Yeah,
AJ
that's my
Green out,
guy,
Ray
too.
Lewis out. 2nd quarter, Ravens are down 7-0. Joe Flacco with plenty of time on the rollout to Anquan Bolden.
What a play.
Watch him finish the route here. Bam!
And we talked about this. Get Anquan the ball around the middle of the field. Kurt Warner said it. He played with him. That's where he's dangerous.
35 yards for the touchdown. Deep threat, Torrey Smith.
We see this week in and week out. All he does is go deep, but he continuously get deep. How does he do this?
Ray Lewis loving it, though. Ray Rice gets in for the 1-yard touchdown. Ravens on top 14-7. Seahawks score at the break, third quarter now. And it's Ray Rice busting right up the middle.
Watch these little legs. Watch these little legs.
Rice German.
He can go.
Go get him back. Back that bust. 2 hamstrings trying to run him down.
59 yards for Rice. It led to a Billy Cundiff field goal. Rice, his first career 100-yard rushing performance against the Bengals. 17-7, 17-14 now. Tell you what.
Receiver stops on the route.
Yeah, you got to run the route now. You got to keep coming now. Andy Dalton now.
Great strip.
Picked off by Jimmy Smith. Ball's knocked out.
The referee.
And Ron Winter.
Okay, Ron, get out of the way, Ron.
You know what? Ron Winter gets up, though. Watch him. He's in the neck. He's not shying away from contact. He did not make a business decision. And just for this, he's going prime time. Ron Winter is going prime time.
He got up. Shake it off, Ron.
I'll tell y'all the whole play.
It is shake it off. Dalton. He's finding out what it's like to go against the top teams in the AFC North, picked off by Ladarius Webb.
And that's without Ray Lewis playing. And he's the quarterback of that defense.
A little wide right there, man, but I like Andy Dalton.
3 interceptions on the day for Dalton. And Joe Flacco, if it ain't broke, to a streaky Torrey Smith.
Not again. Pattern. The 2 deep safeties. That was too easy off the play action pass. Nice throw, Joe Flacco to Torrey Smith.
Drop right
going deep. And so here comes Dalton with a nice pass here to Andre Caldwell. Remember, A.J. Green is out at 49 yards. This time he beats Smith, so it's 31-21. And then later it's Dalton looking for Gresham. It's called a touchdown.
Yeah, that's a.
He has possession. He has his feet in as he crosses the goal line. But the entire process, he loses the ball right there when he hits the ground.
It's what we saw with Calvin Johnson week 1 a year ago.
I know it.
Has to maintain a control as he's falling to the ground. So no touchdown. Dalton up top to Simpson. 43 yards, so the Bengals are in business. Simpson at 8 catches, 152 yards.
You talking about a team with a lot of young talent and a team to watch out for. That's the Cincinnati Bengals.
Second and goal. Terrell Suggs.
That's some old talent right there.
And Dalton called for intentional grounding.
Strength. What a man right there. That's a man. He understands he's playing a man's game right now. He's trying to get rid of the ball. I give him credit for the effort.
There's no such thing as a horse collar on a quarterback in the pocket. And then Dalton hit again by Pernell McPhee.
What a game.
And so the Ravens hold on 31-24.
Here's a highlight for you on what went down here at M&T Bank Stadium tonight on NFL Network. It was unprecedented. Look at that. Flanked by the parents, Allison, John's daughter, also in the mix tonight. Ray Lewis could not go. Second straight missed game due to a toe injury. Alex Smith was under duress all night long. This was, however, a crucial moment in the game. Ted Ginn seemingly has a 75-yard touchdown on the play, but back at the line of scrimmage, Michael, what happened?
Yeah, well, the quarterback lost Ted Ginn right here, and you can see the call on a chalk block that wiped out a 75-yard touchdown.
So we'll talk about that one in a moment. Joe Flacco in a game that's still 3-3. He goes deep. This is a pass interference call called on Terrell Brown, flag on the play. And you can see that he's got Torrey Smith's arm.
Well, we can't see from the other angle. And you know I did play the position of cornerback, so I'm going to always side with the corner because we didn't see from the other angle.
That was a pass.
We have the right to the ball, too.
That was a pass to the field.
Ray Rice running laterally there, Marshall Faulk.
It was just a great play by the DB right here. Beat the tight end, got penetration. They lost yards down in the red zone.
And then what do you think of this play call here?
That was horrible.
Yeah, a little curious. It was a quarterback draw with Joe Flacco, and he's not a quarterback draw kind of guy.
So just when you thought...
No, that's not Tebow.
Just when you... That's right. Just when you thought the Niners were going to cough up their first rushing touchdown given up by the defense all year, it's another field goal for the Ravens, and the Niners were set up maybe for a game-tying field goal shortly before half, but this is a pick pass.
He has to do a better job of trying to break this play up to help Alex Smith out, especially in field goal range.
Instead, it's a Ladarius Webb interception. The Ravens lead at half 6-3. Opening drive of the second half. Alex Smith flipping this one out. to Michael Crabtree, 18-yard gain on 3rd and 17, and the Niners are moving the chain. 6 plays later, though, it's time for T. Sizzle to lower the boom as the defensive line and the linebackers were coming all night long in Alex Smith's face, certainly in the second half. David Akers, though, with a stone-cold field goal, 52 yards to tie it. Third quarter, 5 minutes to go in the quarter. Joe Flacco flips this one out to Lee Evans, making an appearance.
Pure effort right there. He could have gotten tackled and missed the first down, but the second effort and just effort got that first down.
3 plays later, Joe Flacco on 3rd and 6, moving the chains again, finds Dennis Pitta for a first down.
When Joe Flacco has time in the pocket, he is very efficient.
And then 7 plays later, on the 8-yard line, it's Flacco from shotgun finding Pitta again, capping off a 16-play, 76-yard drive, and it's the first pay dirt of the night.
Yeah, the only touchdown of the night, and that was a tight fit, excellent throw and catch by Flacco to Pitta.
He wears 88, coach.
8 minutes to go.
88 club.
Alex Smith needing to move the ball down the field instead. Here comes T. Sizzle again. Terrell Suggs, an 8th sack of the night for the Baltimore Ravens, and they were not done. Next drive for Baltimore on offense. 3rd and 4. Flacco flips it out to Ray Rice, receiving for the Ravens, and with 6 minutes to go, it's a fresh set of downs for the Baltimore Ravens. Next play, Ricky's running up the gut. Ricky Williams with a 12-yard burst. Set up Billy Cundiff for a 39-yard field goal to put the Ravens up 2 scores, and you just got the sense that was too much.
Ricky Williams is a great compliment to Ray Rice.
And you can see the San Francisco 49ers are starting to counter Wilt here.
And what happened was just a wipeout of that offensive line by Terrell Suggs and the rest of the Ravens defense, minus Ray Lewis. They come up with a franchise record 9 quarterback sacks. Alex Smith,
9 sacks.
a career high 9 times that Alex Smith has been sacked, and the fans here in Baltimore say they have the better Harbaugh. At least on this night, they sure did, as the Ravens improved to 8-3, a half-game lead now atop the AFC North of the Pittsburgh Steelers, who are in Kansas City on Sunday night.
AFC North double dip. The Ravens in soggy Cleveland to take on the Browns. Ravens have had problems, Coach, this year. After big emotional victories, they've had letdowns on the road.
And they're on the road at Cleveland. It's a divisional opponent here. Do they let down? I don't think they let down in the rain. Handed off to Ray Rice from Rutgers.
And they were smart. They just kept giving it to Rice. 30 yards there. More from Rice here on a 2nd and goal from the Browns 6. And Rice, primetime nominee.
Yes, he is.
Dives in.
Huge day. You know you're having a huge day when your quarterback is only 10 for 23, and ain't nobody saying nothing about it.
Michael, should Colt McCoy be the Browns' future at quarterback?
I like Colt McCoy. He's a smart, young quarterback, puts his guys in position to make plays, and he makes plays like that. There are questions about his arm strength, but I like this young guy.
52 yards to Peyton Hillis, led to a Phil Dawson field goal. More from Rice.
Man, you get a couple hundred yards rushing. That's blocking down the field by everybody. That's breaking tackles. And look at this guy using speed. Look at the receivers blocking down the field. That's how you get big plays.
We heard a lot about it early on, Coach. Them not giving him the ball enough. 29 carries. I think he's full. They fed him today.
204 yards. It led to a Ricky Williams 1-yard touchdown. And then Ladarius Webb on the punt return. Something about punt returns.
Yeah, something about punt returns. And there's another thing. It's a guy to my left, keep exaggerating, going on about an 88 club. But I think there's a 21 club amongst the league as well. That's pretty darn good.
21 club. Fran, what number did you wear?
32.
Colts have won the last 6 meetings between the teams. Ray Rice coming off a career-high 204 rushing yards last week. First quarter. First possession for the Ravens, and Ray Rice picks it up the middle, tries to cut towards the sideline, picks up 11. Sets up a 1st and goal at the 8, and then out of the I, Flacco, play fake, end zone, touchdown to Torrey Smith. Smith leads the team in receiving touchdowns this season. That was his 6th. Ravens up 7-0. On their ensuing possession of 1st and 10, the dump off goes to Ray Rice. He's going to make a couple moves. Cut back across the field. Rice still on his feet, finally brought down. Picks up 18 yards. It would lead to a field goal. Baltimore up 10-0 at home, where they are undefeated this season. Then Flacco in the second quarter on a 2nd and 10 hits Dennis Pitta for a gain of 16. Then same drive, 4 plays later, a 2nd and goal. Why not give it to Ray Rice? He breaks towards the left and gets into the end zone. His 10th rushing touchdown of the season, flexing those muscles as Baltimore leads 17-0. More problems for Indy. They have a 4th and 3 second quarter. Hey, we're winless this year. Why not go for it? And they complete it to Dallas Clark. Dan Orlovsky with the gain of 12. That drive would end with a field goal, so at least Indy was on the board. On to the third. Flacco. Plenty of time. Going over to his left, throws downfield, and what a beautiful job on the sidelines. Making the grab, keeping his feet in bounds, Lee Evans, and then they give it to Ray Rice, who's got a huge hole, picks up the first down, a gain of 19, and that put Ray Rice over 1,000 yards for the season and over 4,000 for his career. 3 plays later, a 3rd and goal, Flacco. He's going to step up in the pocket. And while he's rolling to his right, stays behind the line of scrimmage, lost it into the end zone. Dennis Pitta is there, the tight end. Got his 2nd touchdown catch of the season. Ravens go up 24-3 onto the 4th. Indy just trying to get their first touchdown of the game. But Dan Orlovsky throws, and his pass is picked off by Bernard Pollard. The Colts would add a touchdown on the final play of the game, but they lost 24-10.
This Chargers football team that we've been seeing the last few weeks, for the middle of the season there, they were non-existent. Phillip Rivers, the last 3 games, hasn't thrown a pick.
Balling late. No, sugar.
Ray Lewis back after missing 4 games with a toe injury. And after a Billy Cundiff miss here, it is Mike Tolbert on a 3rd and goal for the touchdown.
Early did you see a touchdown right up the middle. And
Ray Lewis is blocked pretty well.
Nah, he take on that thing with that right shoulder. It just has to be somebody else filling.
Yeah.
Tolbert a little loose with them hips too, by the way.
Ravens try to come back here, and Joe Flacco scrambles to his right. He's going to hold on to it on a 3rd and 10 and pick up 12 yards to keep the drive alive. Ravens playing for, top seed in the AFC, a lot on the line, the AFC North. Second quarter here, it's a Flacco on the same drive. Great grab by Ed Dixon.
Man, did he go up and get that football right there. That's what you call protecting your quarterback. He didn't throw you open. You were not wide open, but you made the play.
Ensuing Chargers possession here, it's Rivers to Vincent Jackson, who just misses it.
A couple balls like this got away from Phillip Rivers, and you can see the look from Vincent Jackson like, man, I've been ridiculed all season. You got to hit me when I get open like that.
Well, this time, the two connect.
Double move.
Jackson 58 yards before he's pushed down at the Ravens 20-yard line. And you mentioned it, Prime, and watch what happens to Ray Lewis here. Taken to the ground here by a former Raven, Jared Gaither.
That was a little brotherly love. Right?
That was, that's what y'all do to a legend.
2nd and goal is Ryan Matthews running right for the touchdown. Chargers on top 17-7. Chargers have a lot to play for. AFC West still wide open. 3rd quarter on a 3rd and 8. Malcolm Floyd back in the mix for the 2nd straight week, 16 yards.
They do this every year, man. They start looking like a team that cannot be beaten around this time.
Rivers picking on Jimmy Smith to Floyd for the touchdown.
Picked on, harassed, murdered all night out there in that corner. He had a tough night.
Chargers scored on their first 4 possessions. Ravens now on their ensuing possession on a 3rd and 14, and Flacco is pressured and going to be dropped by Antoine Barnes.
Got to do something. Get rid of the ball.
But Barnes celebrating a penalty on the play.
It's a loose hip team over here.
He's called for the face mask and the unsportsmanlike conduct penalty. And so it results in a first down for the Ravens. Later in the drive, Flacco to Lee Evans, picked off by Takeo Spikes.
That's right there near the red zone, too. You never like to see that. You're going down to get some points. But look at the big fella ramble and rumble after that.
Great return.
The Ravens had only given up 6 rushing touchdowns all season long. They gave up 3 tonight, and that's why Ray Lewis was on fire. Rivers to Floyd. Jimmy Smith beaten again.
Jimmy Smith was on fire. Down to the 3. Not Ray Lewis. Jimmy Smith was on fire.
Young fellas, you have days like that. Now, this right here, man. See Ryan Matthews go over the top like that. That's the effort I haven't seen out of him or that team in a while, man. Now, That was a play. I hadn't seen that play in a
How
long
about this?
time.
Chargers first team to ever score on their first 5 possessions versus the Ravens in the Ravens' history. Flacco looking for Ray Rice, intercepted by Sean Phillips. It was that kind of day.
How would the Ravens bounce back after that loss in San Diego last week? They're home against the Browns, and this man, as we all know, usually likes to put his foot down to stop the bleeding. And that's Joe Flacco to Ed Dixon. 4th play of the first possession, 7-0 Ravens. Second quarter, it's 10-0 Joe Flacco. Throws it to Ray Rice, running down the sidelines, receiving, and now running in the end zone.
You know what, Rich? It was a real route.
Real route. Ray Rice, real route.
17-0 on the 42-yard Ray Rice real route. And then 2 possessions later, Peyton Hillis, no gain on an 11th play of a drive with 11 seconds left, no timeouts left, and that's the way the half expires for the Browns. Oh, boy, no points.
When it gets bad, it gets bad.
20-0.
There you go.
Look what we have here. For the first time since he's man paid.
Man paid.
First time he's taken one of the house on special teams.
It's only a matter of time. It's only a matter of time.
There he is right there now.
First touchdown of the season on special teams at all by anybody for the Browns.
Issue right there, you can tell.
4th quarter, it's still 20-7.
There's a problem.
Still 20-7. And Joe Flacco for Lee Evans is picked. Touchback. Sheldon Brown sets up his offense on the 20. In the next possession, it's a 12-play drive that this time the Browns cash in Seneca Wallace. Evan Moore, 6-point game, 8 minutes and change to go.
We have a ball game.
Everybody's
Interesting. Next Browns possession, 4th and 5 of their own 45, and the coach is talking into a piece of paper that's laminated.
Nobody wanted to know those
4 minutes to go. Seneca Wallace to Peyton Hillis. That is stopped by the Ravens defense right there. Turnover on downs. Next possession. Joe Flacco with 2 minutes to go. It's 4th and 2. Harbaugh says go for it on the 37. Go for it.
Why not?
He's at home and oh boy.
Oops.
We've seen this now 3 times this year.
We got him. Nice freeze
Man
play.
right over the ball. Still Taylor. I think it's
now.
happened to him twice this year, actually.
Cincinnati Bengals. And here's why. Marvin Lewis. If they beat the Ravens and John Harbaugh, they get in the postseason. Or if they got a little help.
Go get him back. Go get him back. Go get him back. Go get him back.
He didn't get him.
I can't get it. But Ray Rice jumped right off, man. That was, what, 71 yards to Fred?
70 yards out of the game.
Remember a couple years ago in the playoffs against New England, did the same thing, 80 yards, 81 yards?
We only show you this for 1 or 2 reasons.
Ball looks to be down here by Clark Harris. But watch Manny Lawson's going to jump it and touch it, and he's on the line.
Drives you nuts.
So that's a touchback.
Yeah, go down there and stop, and then touch it down, and let them start on the 1 foot line.
I don't know why they do that.
That's why you put them on special team. Because if they wouldn't do that, they would be starters.
Ray Rice says he has learned so much from that man right there, Ricky Williams. Comes the 26th player in NFL history to rush for over 10,000 yards. Flacco at Dixon. Dixon gets lit up by Reggie Nelson. Call for unnecessary roughness. I don't agree with that one. That didn't look like it was helmet to helmet. It looked like that one was clean.
Why do they have on
Well, they've
helmets?
cautioned the officials to err on the side of caution. Flacco, hit up, touchdown.
Now, that's a wonderful throw right there by Flacco. Coach put that ball in the back corner of the end zone.
Up over the top of the corner where only he could get it.
Ravens on top 17-3 at the half. Third quarter, Bengals down 17-3. How about Bernard Scott? Keeps going, just keeps going. 25 yards for the touchdown. So Bengals at home, big game. They had to do a 2-for-1 on ticket sales to get the place sold out.
That's ridiculous,
I went off
17-10. Fourth quarter, 17-13. Andy Dalton to Jermaine Gresham trying to get extra yards. Good play by Terrell Suggs. Forces a fumble. And Bernard Pollard comes up with the recovery.
Sizzle should be a contender for defensive MVP this year.
And that's one thing about the Baltimore Ravens. They don't just tackle the man, they always tackle the football.
3 plays later, now on a 3rd and 1 after the turnover. You love to have a finisher like Rice.
And then can't nobody tackle him.
51 yards for the touchdown. He had a $191 and 2 TDs on 24 carries. Ravens on top 24-13. Andy Dalton, though, not done. Andrew Hawkins with a great grab there.
That's my man Hawk.
In the same place. I wonder who he's throwing that to.
You know Hawk is from 4th and long also. He was the runner-up in 4th and long. Just in Hollywood. I raised young Hawk.
Bengals added a Mike Nugent field goal, 2 timeouts, 2-minute warning. They decided to kick it deep. Ray Rice stuffed for no gain on a 3rd and 8. So the last chance for the Bengals here with 2 seconds left. Dalton is going to chuck it up for the Hail Mary.
Here it is.
What do you do? Falls incomplete.
You pick it off.
You knock it down.
Ed Reed is back there. He's trying to get it.
Ravens win at 24-16, so Baltimore now has the 2 seed in the AFC.
And Joe Flacco just a little bit better than T.J. Yates today. John Harbaugh, head coach of the Ravens, and Joe Flacco, obviously the starting quarterback. Gary Kubiak, I think an excellent candidate for AFC Coach of the Year. And T.J. Yates, rookie quarterback, leading the way for the Texans.
And this
Huge
is just
play early.
I mean, Jacoby Jones just
all game long.
Huge mental mistake.
Well, but the thing about, we talk about this all the time, it's not a given. The playoffs, you kind of tighten up in the playoffs.
I guess.
No, you do.
It's an inexcusable mistake.
T.J. Yates admitted on the broadcast to the broadcasters that he was a little nervous last week.
Led to a Joe Flacco touchdown. Ravens up 7-3. Yates looking for Andre Johnson, picked off by Ladarius Webb.
Again, T.J. Yates, young quarterback, as you mentioned, Paul, has done some really good things this year, getting his team to this point in the season. But I don't know, Webb may have run a better route than Andre Johnson, but that's called staring down a receiver.
Hey, Joe Flacco didn't have his best day, but this is a perfect throw. Good placement, good velocity. Touchdown Ravens to Anquan Bolden from 10 yards
and
out.
Anquan Bolden, remember, been out due to injury over the last few weeks, and being able to come in and get that first-round bye, I think, was very helpful for him. He had a nice day.
Ravens up 17-3 into the second quarter. Now 3rd down and 9. Yates.
What a catch.
Look at that catch by Arian Foster.
Glove.
The glove comes out early, huh?
Absolutely.
Arian Foster, 12 yards and a first down.
Arian Foster had a huge first half, rushing for 95 yards, but this guy is truly an electrifying, and he is a franchise back. He's not a one-hit wonder.
3 plays later, 12th play of the drive. He ends this drive. Looked like he was going to go right, cuts it up inside.
Sticks his foot in the ground and finds his seam and gets. Look, the story of this game ultimately will be the Ravens. I just have to tell you, I really like this Houston Texans team going forward into the future.
Yep. Third quarter, 17-13. 4th play of this drive. This is Lee Evans, 20-yard game.
That's just dirty good right there.
And this guy is a guy that they really thought was going to do more for him this year. This was a great play. And if he can continue to make plays for this Ravens team, I think they'll have a shot. But still, just not a whole lot we've seen out of Lee Evans in a Ravens uniform.
4 plays later, 8th play of the drive, 4th and goal. Ray Rice didn't make it.
Big stop by the Texans defense. And really, the Texans defense, and Wade Phillips, what he's done to me, that's been the entire difference on this Texans football team.
And again, looking forward, a loss of Wade Phillips to a head coaching job really would be something the Texans don't want to see.
Absolutely.
Texans defense playing very well. Unfortunately, the Ravens defense doing the same. That's T.J. Yates picked off by Ladarius Webb again.
Paul, you're the quarterback on set here. I mean, you can see it. He's just staring down his receivers.
He's kind of floated that one in there.
Yeah, and the thing was, it was into a den of Ravens players.
Into a nest.
Actually, should have been a nest. My bad.
An aviary.
Yeah, sorry about that.
And Flacco began to have some issues as well, looking for Ed Dixon on 3rd and 5, incomplete. Billy Cundiff field goal, made it 20-13. Yates looking for Andre Johnson, and this is Ed Reed coming in to knock the ball loose late, but Johnson is ruled down.
Ed Reed made a bunch of big plays in this game today, and you see right there, does a good job, but his knee is down right there. Ball comes out. Good, no call.
Next play, 2 minutes left in the game, and T.J. Yates, you kind of began to feel like this one might go wrong right here when he pumps and throws late, just floats it out there, and pretty much right to Ed Reed.
Just not knowing where the safety is, and Ed Reed does a great job going up and catching the football. Again, if I'm looking for safeties and cornerbacks for my roster, I'm picking guys who can make plays like receivers with their hands, and Ed Reed has been able to do that for years in this league.
So the Ravens take over on their own 29, and this is 3rd down and 1 from their own 13. Vontae Leach is short. So the Texans going to get the ball back with inside a minute left as Baltimore punts with 53 seconds remaining. 4th play of this drive. Now 4th and 2. Tom, you made mention, why not just go get the first down?
Yeah, get your first down.
No timeouts left, though. I'm sure that affected this call.
You could still spike it, or you could get out of bounds. Just thought it was a little bit early to throw the Hail Mary with 20 seconds left. But ultimately, this may be the biggest story coming out of that final play, was Ed Reed having to come off with a bad ankle.
Give me that.
Landed on the hip early.
Yeah, it looks like he landed on his heel.
Ed Reed carried off the field.
Left ankle injury. Tough day for T.J. Yates.
Yep.
But, look, you're a rookie quarterback going on the road to Baltimore and facing an accomplished Ravens defense. That's a tough task.
In New England, a cold, crisp day for Tom Brady coming out of the Joe Flacco having the Ravens in the championship game for the second time of his first 4 years of his career. As Ray Lewis, many people thought maybe this is his last game if they lost on this day, or his last season for sure. Bill Belichick, 16 playoff wins coming into this game. That's fourth place all time. Tom Brady picked off by his nemesis, his bête noire, Bernard Pollard, who we all know blew up his knee a couple years ago. This time he picks him off, flag on the play. Tom's like, it's still our ball because Ladarius Webb called there.
That's a nice route, man.
On Wes Welker.
That's a nice route.
Draw PI.
That's a nice route.
So now, what do the Patriots do in the next play? They go for it all. They go for Gronk. Wide open.
Yeah, you don't see Tom Brady miss many of those seam throws to the big guy.
You don't see Ed Reed and Ray Lewis biting on the same play. You never see that either.
Wow. So the Ravens dodge a bullet there, and then 4 plays later, it's 3rd and 10 on the 11. And Brady looks for Wes Welker, but look who breaks it up. It's...
Oh, sugar.
Yeah, Ray Lewis on the coverage there.
Yeah, Wes slowed up just a little bit on that play. I guess you slow up when 52's chasing.
So the Patriots do get the first points of the game, though, on a field goal. Brady now back at it. He's picked off by Ladarius Webb. No flags on this play.
Julian Edelman, that guy's going both ways. Edelman.
This was a great play.
That's a 21-reason play.
That's
right
a
there.
21 reason.
That's a 21
One of the best defensive back plays this year.
Ravens take over on their own 30 as they pick Brady off. First turnover of the day. How would Joe Flacco turn that? Well, he would turn it into points. Flacco and his first 3 sets of downs couldn't get a first down. There he finds Torrey Smith, 42 yards, first down. Ravens, first down of the game. And then 6 plays later in the second quarter, Flacco to Anquan Bolden over the middle. He stopped just short of the first down. And it's a big moment for John Harbaugh. He wants a measurement. He gets it. He's just shy of it.
Go for this.
They don't. They kick the
I
field
know.
goal.
I thought you should.
All right.
No, not against
Tie it
Brady.
up.
You got to tie it up.
You got a defense like that. You go for this right now. You try to hit him in the
Plus,
mouth.
Billy Cunda from 20 yards out. I mean, that's a gimme, right?
Yeah, right. That's
Keep
what
that in your mind. Keep that in your mind. Ties the game at 3.
Rich.
Law firm began to get things started in the middle of the second quarter here as he runs that one for 13 yards. 6 plays later, that's a connection to Gronkowski.
That's a tough matchup.
Right to the red zone. 2 plays later, 2nd and 6. It's Benjarvis Green Ellis losing his helmet on the play. Dannell Ellerbe is the reason why the helmet comes off. He grabs the face mask, 15 yards. That means it's first and goal for the Patriots at the Ravens 7 now. And the next play, who runs it in? But the man who has never, by the way, fumbled in his professional career, never fumbled even in college, Benjarvis Green Ellis.
Yeah, I'd give it to him, too. Look at this guy. So take the lead 10-3 here.
Let's get NFL in motion.
I love that right there.
NFL in motion.
Yes, he's pointing to the patch for the league. This is
Tom Brady's running the show right here. He says, hey, I see 6 in the box. We're going to run the football. I like the box count. And so he says, we're going to run the inside power. 1 back power. Usually it's from that side. This time he's going to run it from the other side and just like a draw play. Here comes Logan Mankins around to pull on the linebacker, and we drop it off to Benjarvis Green Ellis. Wes Welker gets Bernard Pollard, and it's a touchdown, and that's good orchestration by the quarterback against the 6 in the box.
That's the way to coach me.
That's why Steve spends a lot of time in the box in the parking lot all day, looking at stuff like that. Here is Anquan Bolden.
Flacco, what a play to
throw.
Anquan Bolden right there on a square end, man.
37-yard gain, and then 3 plays later, Rice. Does he get the first down?
Second effort. Great second effort.
Does. He's initially stopped. Got it. He does get the first down. So 2 plays later, Flacco to...
That's a wonderful play by Flacco.
Get out of there.
Pitta, everybody.
Nice adjustment by quarterback and receiver.
7th straight completion for Flacco ties the game at 10. So what do the Patriots do to respond? 2nd and 2. They're inside the Ravens 35 now. Brady play faking Aaron Hernandez first down.
This guy does it all. He plays tight end and receiver and running back. Boy, this guy's versatile.
He was the leading receiver in the win over Denver last week. The leading rusher, pardon me. First down for the Patriots. 3 plays later, Gronkowski grabs it on 3rd and 10, but he is out of bounds. Gronkowski does not receive it.
Great throw, but great.
Well, you can see that 1 foot's down, but the ball's not in yet. So now he needs 2 feet down. Now he needs he's 2 feet down, and he does not get 2 feet down. So it's a field goal for the Patriots. 13-10, 2.5 to go in the half. Flacco steps up, avoids the rush. Deep throw to Torrey Smith.
I can't believe this.
Right there,
right
missed that one. Can't get it. What happened here, Irv?
Oh, he has to just put air up under the ball because when he came out of his break, and he came out of his break a little slow time, he should have kept running. He had to relocate the ball. That's why you put air, so it gives him time to look up and relocate, then get to the end.
So the Ravens get no points before the half, and they're still down by 3, third quarter, as Brady on 3rd and 5 gets it to Hernandez and makes a nice move to pick up the first down for the Patriots. 3 plays later, it's Ben Jarvis, Green Ellis, 3rd down run. He is stopped. So the Patriots settle for a field goal. It's 16-10. Bill O'Brien, who is the next head coach of Penn State, as we all know, this is the day that Coach Paterno passed away, and our obviously all of our
Paterno family.
Yes, all of our thoughts and well wishes are with that family. Bill O'Brien watching the Ravens now march down the field. Lee Evans 13 yards right there. 3 plays later, 3rd and 6. Flacco picking him up, putting him down to extend the play to Dennis Pitta.
Nice
First down.
shown by Joe Flacco.
Good hit.
Antoine Molden is the one who delivered the blow.
Watch this.
Whoa. And I'm glad there was no flag on that play, by the way.
It was a great
Helmets did collide.
No, shoulder.
But how many times have we seen a flag fly on that?
Yeah.
And I'm glad that one did not, as Harbaugh might have been looking for one right there. 3 plays later.
Right here. Watch, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
That was a blitz, but
So
a
they
wonderful
drafted
job
Torrey
by
Smith.
Flacco.
I have not seen that kind of speed on a receiver to turnover all season long.
That's a 29-yard score. All scoring plays are reviewed, and we wanted to see if Smith was out of bounds by the time that he left, and he did not. He left his feet while he was in the field of play, but barely, and this stood as called. And guess who has the first lead of the day? The Baltimore Ravens. And Ray Lewis telling the defense, let's hold on to this. But the defense didn't have a chance to even get out there because guess who put the ball in the turf of all people? The short-handed Danny Woodhead.
Woodhead, Niceman.
On the ensuing
Woodhead.
Yes, Woodhead. Laquan Williams hits it. Emmanuel Cook recovers it, and the Ravens get the ball with a short field. If they get a touchdown here, they can go up 8. Flacco on 2nd and 7.
Look at him go.
Himself. First down inside the 10-yard line.
Good play.
Beautiful
3
play right
plays
there.
later, 3rd and 8 at the Patriots 9, and Flacco is sacked.
That's ugly.
So Billy Cundiff comes in for a 39-yard field goal, and Cundiff it's perfect for his range, right?
No problem.
20-16 is the score.
Hit that one.
So it's not an 8-point lead. It's just a 4-point lead as Gronkowski and Brady connect with 30 ticks to go in the 3rd quarter. And Bernard Pollard, of all people, in on the tackle. This is a legal tackle. I mean, it's just his ankle gets caught up underneath Pollard. And we all know Pollard was on the field when Wes Welker blew out his knee in Week 17 a couple years ago. He was the one who was in on the play that Brady blew out his knee. So here's Gronkowski leaving. He did come back in the game. But Brady is the one who, a few plays later, gets the ball across the goal line, except for the fact he didn't.
This was smart on the quarterback sneak. He took it over here to the B gap, but he's down.
But his knee is down before the B gap could be broached into the end zone, and so Brady's got to come out again. 3rd and goal. Ben Jarvis, Green Ellis stuffed by Ray Lewis and company. 4th down. Bill Belichick decides to go for it with 12 minutes to go in the 4th quarter.
Watch over the top.
Is this a huge goal line stand for the ages for the Baltimore Ravens? Tom Brady says, I could pick that up myself. Leaps in the air, and he almost goes
the reach over the goal line.
Feet overhead as Tom Brady gets it across the goal line as Ray Lewis hits him in the small of the back.
Like a spinal tap.
The back his cleats touch Ray's number.
That's going to leave a mark.
Yeah.
But that left the Patriots on top, 23-20. 7.5 minutes to go. Flacco. Oh, his first pick of the day. Brandon Spikes picks him off.
And he missed 8 games now. It's good to have him back. He's played last week against Denver for the first time.
Spikes, inopportune moment for Flacco to throw his first interception of the game. What would Brady do with it? First play after the pick.
Go for it.
He throws a pick of his own as Pollard tips it to
Tip drill.
Jimmy Smith plucks it up.
Decision by Tom Brady. I know you want to take a shot at the turnover, but this was a horrible decision in this type of game.
Nice play by the rookie Jimmy Smith.
Yeah.
He plucks it, Ravens. Almost.
Look at this.
Off the turf, but as you can see, Pollard hits it to Smith, who does grab it by his fingertips and corrals it before it does touch. And he does get up and go.
That's why
and returns it. 38 yards to the Raven 38-yard line. So he could have gone down for the touchback. Instead of it being at the 20, it's at the Baltimore 38. And the Ravens marched it down the field, down to the Patriots 33 with 3 minutes to go. It's 4th and 6. They decided to go for it instead of going for a 51-yarder from Billy Cundiff. Decided to call timeout before actually doing that. And the Ravens come out of the timeout.
Hey, hold on, man. Don't keep pushing him.
They come out of the timeout after talking over and decide to go for it. And Flacco is rushed up the middle, decides to fling it to the left sideline. That prayer is not answered, and it's a turnover on downs. The Ravens, with 2 timeouts and the 2-minute warning, need to keep Tom Brady from picking up the first down. And on 3rd and 4, Ed Reed with a huge
That was a great
Hall of Fame
great
play.
anticipation, great break. That's who Ed Reed is. That's why he's a future Hall of Fame.
He just got there before Aaron Hernandez could corral it. So Flacco with one last chance, a minute to go, moves the chains on 3rd down.
How does this happen?
It is a big 29-yard
Julian Edelman, a receiver, covering him on this drive.
6 receptions for 101 yards. Billy Cundiff warming up, but why not go for the touchdown if you can? And Lee Evans grabs it, but it's knocked away by Sterling Moore. How does this happen?
He relaxes on this play, Rich. This is what every kid has dreamed of when he was 8, 9, 10 years old. You had to play. You squeeze that ball, and you squeeze the strings off of her. You don't let her fall.
Well, Sterling Moore with the play that kids dream of making on
him up
defense.
from the Raiders.
Knocks it away. A beautiful throw by Flacco. So at least they can just settle for the field goal and get to overtime. Billy Cundiff from 32 yards away. He can make this in his sleep. He can make it with his eyes closed. Oh, would you believe it?
No, he didn't.
Oh, no. Missed it wide left.
No, he did.
That's what he did. And that is how the New England Patriots and Bob Kraft and the Vince Wilfork, who played a heck of a game, make the Super Bowl. Billy Cundiff could have kicked this game into overtime. We could have had 2 overtime games on Championship Sunday. Instead, John Harbaugh just mouthed the words. He missed it. And behind him, Terrell Suggs could not believe what he saw with his own 2 eyes. Joe Flacco played a heck of a game in the AFC Championship game, but it's Tom Brady moving on, along with Bill Belichick, to become the first coach and quarterback combination to coach and play in the same Super Bowl 5 times. It is the 6th time that the New England Patriots are going to the Super Bowl since Bob Kraft has owned the team. It's a big win for New England.